first thing you're going to want to do is unpack everything and just lay it out and check that you have everything needed. So the package includes 2 side stretchers, your header and your footer. These are the corner joint caps that close everything off, you'll see shortly. And these 2 are your headboard supports, which attach to this header and the headboard itself. These here are all the bolts, labeling the steps in order that you need to do them in. After unpackaging, you're going to want to lay the bed out in this orientation. This here is the footer, and with number 1 labeled here, number 2 labeled there on both pieces. Same thing with this one. This one's going to be number 3, and so on. This one number 4, with its corresponding cap. You're going to want to grab these included pieces of cardboard and put them underneath like that in each 4 corners. Then what you're going to want to do, slide this back a little bit, put these little corner joints with the holes always going to be facing you when you're standing facing the footer. Put it like that and leave a little bit of room. Again, holes facing out. Put it in, leaving a little bit of room. Same thing in all 4 corners. Then, what you want to do is grab one of the long sides and slide it in. There. Butt it up and close that up. Same thing on this side. Now you might be wondering, why do the legs point up? That's because in this step, you are upside down. You're going to want to grab your bag that says steps 1 through 4. Inside the bag, there's a little Allen wrench and all of the bolts that you will need for steps 1 through 4. Now, if you recall, this here is number 1. So you have to match up number 1 with number 1 with number 1. It's 3 pieces. You're going to want to put your first bolt in. Should go in like that. Nice and easy. Get your second one. It will go in the same way. Now, with the Allen wrench, tighten that while keeping all of the joints relatively close to each other. Okay, now tighten these up as much as you can, but not over tighten them because you might strip out the threads. Okay, now you're going to want to do the same thing for all 4 corners. You're going to know that you finished with that step when you only have 1 more bolt left in the bag. That is your extra bolt in case something happens over the years, because this bed is going to last you years. Now, what you're going to want to do is flip the bed over. Down. Now you can remove these pieces of cardboard. This piece of cardboard will also be included in the package, and you put that on the ground. You can put the headboard on top of that. If you have carpet, that's fine. It's just to protect the headboard itself. Now on the back of the headboard, you're gonna notice that they are also numbered. Number 5 goes with number 5. Same thing on the other side. Number 6 goes with number 6. That's gonna be your 6th step. There will be another Ziploc bag labeled steps 5 and 6 for here. Just line it up. You can see through the holes there and there. So those you put in. Same thing. It might help to not tighten everything until the very end, just so that there's still just a little bit of play, and you can put this final screw in bolt, excuse me, without any trouble. Because if they're all tight, you might run into a bit of problem. But they all go in very smoothly. They tighten and lock. Okay, after you're done with that side, you're gonna wanna do the same exact thing on the other side. This Ziploc bag also includes one extra bolt, excuse me. Again, just look through the hole. You'll be able to find it very easily. Line it up, put it in, put it in. Okay, now you can tighten. And these bolts are all very strong, going into steel, so you shouldn't have a problem tightening these up. Okay, that completes step 5 and 6. After you've attached the headboard supports to the headboard itself, you're going to want to come back over here to the header of the bed, and you're going to see these 3 bolt holes on both sides. 3 here, 3 here. Labeled step number 7 and step number 8. Now, on the headboard itself, you'll notice here, labeled step number 8. And on the other side, step number 7. Now, for this part, might be useful to have some help. Now, this is where it helps having somebody to help you. I'm going to lift the bed up and put it on there, while the other person just makes sure that it stays close to the edge there. Now, put the screw through, and there. You'll feel when it goes into the hole. Just start that one screw. And again, don't put it all the way. That's just safety to keep it from falling. Okay, so you're gonna go through the same process now with all of the bolts. As long as you have 2 bolts, 1 bolt on each side, it will hold it enough to not fall. Now you can just follow all the other bolts. Once you have all the bolts in the back, now you can tighten them. You're going to want to do the same thing on this side. Once all the bolts are in, give it a final tightening. After you've attached the headboard, you can push the bed back to whatever wall you're going to put it on. Now it's time for the bottom supports and the planks. Now this stack here is what we're going to be working on next. This is step number 9 here and step number 9 here. Okay, so you want to grab this piece and this long piece here. See step number 9, step number 9. Okay, you're going to want to grab all of them and these 2 little pieces as well. Take all of them over somewhere where it's actually flat. You're going to put this piece that says step number 9 on the ground with the 9s facing up. You're going to use these as supports. They will come into play later. Just so that this won't fall over, you'll see momentarily. This goes on, doesn't matter which way. It will fit either way. Want to grab the bag that says step 9. Grab 2 bolts. Go through this hole, and you have to line it up there in this hole. Once you have that in, tighten it, not all the way, just until you reach a little bit of tension. Now go grab on the other side. You see how, do you see how they line up with the hole underneath? Put it there, and you tighten. Okay, now after you have tightened these, now in the end you can give them a nice tight turn. In there, okay. And this only uses 2 bolts, and I've included an extra bolt in all of the bags, so don't worry when there's extra bolts. Now, you're gonna wanna turn this around, and this is when these are gonna come into play. So you see, it says number 10, number 10. Okay, so this is the last part. They go like that. And you're gonna wanna grab your number 10 bolts. Now, these go with the number 10. This is upside down right now, this piece. But this number 10 is written up. So the way that the 10 is, that's the way that it goes. So it should not be like this, and you put it. It goes number 10 facing up. Put 2 bolts in. And these you can just tighten directly. Since they're both already in. Okay. Tighten. Tighten. And the same with the other side. 10 facing up. And that's it with step number 10. Yep. Now, after you've assembled that, this is your center support. It lines up perfectly with these little notches. Look at that. Perfect. And here, that will permit the bed from sagging over time. After you've put the center plank in, we're going to want to grab the horizontal ones. You can start from either the header or the footer. In this case, I'm going to start from here, and they fit very snug. They lay on the end pieces and the middle piece. And there you go. You have a fully assembled bed ready for a mattress to go on top.